everybody's going to go on Saturday?
Everyone that's healthy will play.
Was that a difficult decision? Obviously, everybody kind of handles it differently in terms of how much people play in the preseason.
No, it wasn't difficult. We got together as a staff and as a team. We understand. We want to see certain things, so we're putting everybody out there.
That would include Mike, but not Chris.
Anyone that's healthy will play.
How important is that just to get some reps, some game reps, as opposed to going forward against Dallas?
It's important for game continuity. We have some new guys on the O-line. We have some new guys at receiver. So other than having practice together, we need to see them in the game with certain situations and just the flow of it, no matter how long it is. We just need to see it.
Coach, what are the three biggest things you look forward to see your Buccaneers play against the Colts this weekend?
Just consistency, penalty-free, hopefully. Just playing good, clean, fundamentally sound football. And if we can do that as a team and play together, I'll be happy with that.
Stay with the trajectory of left guard start?
Starting out this game, yes.
Are those the positions? Are you still looking, left guard, two receiver spots, kicker? What are some of the things that might be decided?
Left guard, there's a ton of guys at the receiver spot. Obviously, the corner spot is yet to be determined. Starting and backing up, and backup inside backers, and a few more special teams players. So we're looking at a lot of that this weekend.
You guys added Jannard Avery from the Steelers. Just looking for another possible pass rusher there, or special teams? What's behind that?
He's a good pass rusher and he's a good teams player. So we thought it was a value to have him. And rather than look for somebody like that in the middle of the season in case someone gets hurt, we thought it'd be value to adding him right now. He's big, he's tough, he's very smart. He understands the game well. When he plays with leverage, he's a force and he's a lot of weight. At time to time, quickness might beat him here and there, but he's been working on his technique with Goody and Joe, and he's come along good.
To that effect, what about Brandon Walton? He's a guy that kind of snuck up on us. Has gotten some reps with the ones.
Brandon's been steady all camp. He's a steady Eddie guy. He understands what he's doing. He has proper technique. He's tough. And he fits the need. He can play left guard or right guard, so he's been doing well.
How has Carl Nassib looked in his first week back here with the Bucs?
Well, still getting in some playing shape, being off all that time, but he understands a lot of the scheme. He's still strong at the point of attack. Just got to clean up some fundamental work.
What kind of progress were you able to see this week from Chris Godwin? I know he didn't practice today, but it seems like he got some good work in.
He got some good work in. He's getting better. He's getting his wind up. He's getting his legs under him, but he's getting better. Obviously, no contact or anything, but he's getting better every week.
Zion McCullum went down at Nashville. Do you have a sense for when he might be able to come back to practice?
Not at this time. Obviously, it's a hamstring injury. We're just trying to take it day by day to see where he is.
Todd, along those lines, you've got a lot of secondary guys who seem down right now. Are you concerned about just having enough bodies Saturday?
No, we'll have enough bodies. We got guys that we cross-trained in the spring. We'll have enough bodies to get through the game.
When you're, assembling those final pieces on the roster, you're looking at special teams, right? Grant Stewart's a guy that's done so much for you on special teams. I know he's been dealing with an injury. How tricky does that make the final roster composition?
It's very tricky. There's a lot of guys that had a lot of time. 03, Fadakasi and JJ have played well. Grant's a good teams player. KJ's in there too, so this game will tell a lot.
Overview of camp as your first year here as the head coach?
I thought the guys did a good job of hydrating. I thought they did a good job taking care of each other at practice. I thought we got a lot of work done. Obviously, there's more to go, but I thought we grew from the first day till now, which is what you're supposed to do in camp.
It's unprecedented for a player to take 11 days off in training camp, right, let alone a quarterback. With that break, how much ground did Tom have to make up any from a conditioning standpoint? Is he okay now from a conditioning standpoint? I know I saw him go in the little cold tent, whatever you want to call it, the freezer, whatever you want to call it, I think like 3 times today.
No, they've done that since camp has started. No, I don't think it takes off anything from him. He missed 11 days, but he wasn't playing in the first 2. If you count his days off, plus the days off naturally, he would only practice about 3 times. So he's fine with everything. We know his conditioning is fine. He's getting back with the guys. He's throwing the ball, and we're good.
What kind of rapport has he built up enough rapport now with Julio
think it was built up before we left. It's just having everybody intact practicing at the same time. You know, his days would have fallen the same days Julio was off, and obviously Mike being injured, we didn't have a full slate there either, but they got to see a lot of things from the side and got to talk a lot, and I think the chemistry is good.
You've always been a proponent of work-life balance, right? Coach Arians was kind of notorious for telling you guys, like, don't miss your kids' recitals and things like that. With Tom taking that 11-day break to tend to personal things, is that something we might see more of throughout the NFL? I mean, if Brady, a 7-time Super Bowl winner, does it?
If it wasn't a situation that we hadn't talked about and wasn't important, I wouldn't have done it. So obviously I have that kind of relationship, as well do the coaches, with a lot of the players, and they all have private things that they come to us with. His just came to light more than the others, and we won't sway away from that. We don't give nobody breaks just to take breaks.
And how important is it when you do have something like that come up? I understand it's an individual basis. Having that open dialogue, having that communication where you and your quarterback can talk to each other very honestly.
It's important because it develops trust. You know, you want trust with your team. You want trust with your guys. Everybody understands this is a hard business and a hard sport, but people have personal lives that go unseen at some point, and sometimes you have to do things that are difficult decisions.
Coach, with Olakule, you've been high on his performance so far. You actually drafted his brother when you were with the Jets. I mean, how much does that factor into, making a decision about a player, like knowing the family that they come from and maybe seeing similarities?
I don't think that'll help him. His brother was a heck of a player. He still is. He's a nose tackle. I think he's in Jacksonville now. Really liked him at UConn. 03 has made a name for himself out of his brother's shadow. I knew the person because I met him at Rutgers one time when I went to see my son. But he's made a name for himself despite his brother, and he's put himself in the mix and in a good position.
Devin Tompkins is the player that you singled out after mandatory minicamp. Obviously, things change when guys put the pads on and the lights come on. Has he lived up to your expectations, or what has he shown you?
He's been very good. I mean, we got a lot of talented guys over there. You know, I'm not taking anything away from any of them. Devin has shown us toughness. He can catch the ball. He can run routes. He returns punts. He's quick. All of them have a special skill set. You know, it just comes down to the end and how we see it and how they play, and we'll see Saturday.